This conference will now be recorded.
Five of us on it.
All right, Dick. Well, I'm at the fire station, so if the tone goes off, you've got to take over.
Okay.
And I hope it goes off.
Oh, don't. No.
It'll be like Ghostbusters.
Be worse than that.
Ben Aykroyd will go hit the pole, and then you'll leave Bill Murray.
Well, I will tell you, if he has to leave, you will have to read the thing for the different ordinances because I don't have it printed out.
Okay. I got you. Still be funny to see him run out.
Hey, on our last special meeting, didn't we leave the public hearing open?
Yes.
Yes,
Which one of the three is that? Couldn't tell.
it was 02, wasn't it?
Should be.
I looked at it. I was thinking it was the second one that was left open.
Yeah, but I don't know how it translates to the way it's written today.
Neither do I.
Where's Frank down?
No, it's number one.
Was it number one?
Well, okay, so wait, ordinance to levy the special assessments, authorizing the issuance of special assessment. Should have been number one.
Okay. I thought it was number one, but I wasn't real sure.
Yeah.
All right.
See, that's why you need to make sure you don't get called out.
All right. Well, let's get started. Oh, who do we not have?
I think Don's the only one that's not here.
I don't see
Oh,
Arch.
Don't see
I don't see
Arch.
Arch
Arch
and
and Don.
Arch and Don.
Okay. All right, here we go. Notice is hereby given that the Lago Vista City Council is holding a special called meeting on Thursday, July 23rd, 2020 at 5:01 p.m. as prescribed by VTCA Government Code Section 551.041 to consider the following agenda items. Sandra, please note we have everybody here except for Don Bartholow and Arch Davila. We're going into public hearings. Before going to public hearings, I have citizen comments. Is there anybody in the audience that needs to address the council before we go to public hearings? All right. Public hearings. The number one, the City Council of the City of Lago Vista is holding a public hearing to consider ordinance number 20-07-23-01, an ordinance levying supplemental assessments for the cost of certain improvements to be provided in the major improvement area of the Tessera on Lake Travis Public Improvement District, fixing a charge and lien against all properties within the major improvement areas of the district and the owners thereof, providing for the manner and method of collection of such supplemental assessments, making a finding of special benefit to property in the major improvement area of the district and the real and true owners thereof, approving an amended and restated service and assessment plan as updated for the major improvement area providing a severability clause, and providing an effective date. And the public hearing is already open, so we will go straight into the staff presentation. Who's taking the lead on this?
Mayor, I was going to introduce the team that we have on the call tonight. So we have Bart Fowler is here. We have Tom Lawrence, John Snyder, Trip Davenport, and Darlene Luke is here with Heinz Tessera. Make sure that's all the team. Yep, I think that's all. Jacqueline's not on the call with us. And I believe Bart, or it may be John.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. Mayor, you're right. This is the hearing that was left open from the last meeting. Just as a continuation of that hearing, if anyone is here that would like to speak, they certainly can. This is regarding the levy of the additional assessment on the major improvement area out at Tessera, which is currently comprised of land that's entirely owned by the Heinz entities, 2 different entities, but they own all of it. So there are no residents out there right now that will be seeing an increased levy on their assessment levy. If you have any questions, we can get into it. I know that later on, Tom has some numbers he'd like to discuss, as well as John and Trip about the market. But this item for you now is just the hearing regarding the levy of the additional assessment on the major improvement area.
All right. Any questions from council?
I don't have any.
All right, I don't see any. I don't hear any.
Nope.
All right, well, it's a public hearing. Is there anybody from the audience who wishes to ask questions on this topic? All right. Well, if nobody has any questions or comments, then I'll go ahead and close the public hearing at 5:05 p.m. And it is now open for council discussion or possible action.
Is there any discussion?
I don't think anybody had any questions or comments.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve ordinance number 20-07-23-01. Is that
Right.
the correct way of doing it? I don't have
Yes,
to
I
read
have
that.
a motion from Dave. Do I have a second out there? And I got the second from Frank. All right. Is there any further questions, comments? All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Mr. Mayor, Tim Collins, I'm recusing myself.
Okay. All right. All those opposed, nay. All right. Hearing none, the motion carries unanimous with one recused, Councilman Tim Collins. And we will go to number 2. The City Council of the City of Lago Vista is holding a public hearing to consider ordinance number 20-07-23-02, an ordinance authorizing the issuance of the City of Lago Vista, Texas Special Assessment Revenue Refunding Bonds, Taxable Series 2020A, Tessera on Lake Travis Public Improvement District Major Improvement Area Project, and the City of Lago Vista Special Assessment Revenue and Refunding Bonds, Tax Exempt Series 2020B, Tessera on Lake Travis Public Improvement District Major Improvement Area Project, approving and authorizing an indenture of trust, a bond purchase agreement, an escrow agreement, an offering memorandum, a continuing disclosure agreement, a redemption waiver agreement, and other agreements and documents in connection therewith, making findings with respect to the issuance of such bonds and providing an effective date. And I will open the public hearing at 5:07 p.m. And we will start with the staff presentation.
Mayor, I'll just briefly mention, and that you probably want to hear from Tom regarding the pricing today, but the ordinance in front of you does authorize issuance of the bonds we're going to be discussing. They did price this morning. The ordinance itself satisfies all the state law requirements as well as the federal tax law requirements for the tax exempt debt that's being considered. This item, I believe, is just the major improvement area debt. There are two series, one taxable, one tax exempt. And that's because I believe, as Tom had described or explained in a previous meeting, the taxable debt's required because some of the debt does not have a call date coming up anytime fairly soon, and it is not within the time permitted by the IRS to issue tax exempt debt. So we had to split that up as a taxable series and refund the currently callable debt as tax exempt. So it does satisfy all state and federal legal requirements to issue this debt. Having said that, I see Tom's here and he can probably walk you through the pricing from this morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, my computer audio is not working, so I had to dial in, and you're actually hearing me over a phone. The pricing went really well. FMS, the underwriter, was able to lower the interest rates here and there on all of the series. And as a result, I believe you have a handout with the summary numbers in it. And really what I'd like to just tell you overall is that compared to last week, we were looking, if you recall, at a $207,000 present value loss on the major improvement area refunding. And we were looking at a $522,000 present value gain on the IA1 refunding for a net present value savings of $315,000. With the reduction in the interest rates that they went out with and went to investors with this morning, they came back with 70,000, what was 207,000 negative PV savings. If you look at the handout and scroll to the first half of it, let's see, where are we? I went too far. Okay. Here. Present value savings is on page 2.
Page 2? Okay.
Yes, it says gross debt service comparison. This is the MIA bonds.
Gotcha.
That's it. You keep going one more page for the summary. It's got the present value of that stream in today's dollars. It went from a negative 207, if you see right there in the middle, $70,205 of positive savings, and you nailed it. That's where it is. And scrolling forward to the IA1 bonds, we were at $522,000 of PV savings. And as reflected on, let's see, that would be page 1, you'll see net present value benefit, the second half. Keep going. There you go. You're now into the IA1 bonds, and stop on this page. There you go, 568. So we went from 522,000 to 568. So the combined savings last week of 315 is now 638,000, more than double what we were looking at. Really turned out quite well. And I know Bart indicated he was real happy to be able to take positive numbers to the Attorney General's office. They are much fonder of present value savings than negative present value savings. I don't know if you have any questions. I noticed Tripp is on the call from the underwriter from FMS. If you have any questions about how the underwriting went, but we're just real pleased at the results. And it would be our recommendation, of course, to approve the sale of both the MIA bonds, both series and the IA1 bonds.
Got it.
All right. Anybody have questions, comments?
Thank you for the savings.
Yeah, that was.
It was a team effort by a lot of people.
Yeah, that's definitely good news.
Mayor, one thing I'll mention, and I'll defer to Erin how she'd like to prefer to handle it. Tom presented information for the next item as well, improvement area number 1 bonds. If you'd like, you can call that item up and take both of these together, vote on them at the same time, or you may prefer to do it separately, but either way would work. But Tom did present the information for the next agenda item as well for those improvement area number 1 bonds. So that's been covered as well. However you'd like to handle that, Erin, is fine with me.
Well, because we have one council member who's lives within major improvement area 1 or improvement area 1, I think we should handle them separate.
Okay.
Thank you.
I got to read the whole thing either way, so. All right, anybody else on council have questions on this item?
No, sir.
All right, is there anybody in the audience? All right, well, if there's no further discussion, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing at 5:15 p.m. And it is now open for council discussion and possible action.
Mr. Mayor, this is Dick Weatherly. I just wanted to let you know my computer has died, so I'm on a phone call now. So I can only give you an aye whenever we come up with these for a vote.
Okay. You can give me a nay too, but hopefully not.
Yeah, well, no, it's an aye.
All right, well, if we don't have any further discussion, I'm open for action.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we approve ordinance number 20-07-23-02.
Second.
Yeah. Second.
I don't know who my second was from.
Tim.
Me.
Okay.
Arch.
And I see AD, is that Arch Davila? Is Arch in the meeting now?
Yes.
He's in the
Here.
now.
Yes. Arch is here, yes, sir. He was here for the first item too.
Oh, okay. Sandra, please note that we got Arch in attendance. All right. So I've got a motion and I've got a second. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Hearing none, the motion carries unanimous. And we'll go to number 3. All right. The City Council of the City of Lago Vista is holding a public hearing to consider ordinance number 20-07-23-03, an ordinance authorizing the issuance of the City of Lago Vista, Texas Special Assessment Revenue Refunding Bond Series 2020 to Sarah on Lake Travis Public Improvement District Area Number 1 project, approving and authorizing an indenture of trust, a bond purchase agreement, an escrow agreement, an offering memorandum, a continuing disclosure agreement, making findings with respect to the issuance of such bonds, and providing an effective date. And I will open the public hearing at 5:17 p.m. do we have anything to add from?
The one thing I would add, Mayor, is this is the area that has residents on it right now. We're refunding those bonds for savings. The bulk of the savings that Tom mentioned will be passed on to those assessment payers. They will see a reduction in the annual installment that they pay. So it's a tremendous benefit for them.
Awesome. Anybody from council have questions, comments?
Is there a particular page that I need to refer to in this package that was sent to us? Or no?
Item 3.
On item,
I'm sorry, what are you asking?
I was asking on the package that was sent to us, do I need to refer to a particular page for item number 3, or is that just the pricing part of it?
We went over the numbers on the handout that you held up. As Bart indicated, I had covered the savings for both issues at the same time. I'm happy to go over any questions you might have about the IA1 bonds.
So is the savings the 70,000, or is the savings the
568? The 70,000 was the one you've already approved. The 568 is for the one that's on the table right now.
I'm good. I just want to know which one we're referring to. Thank you.
All right. Any further questions? Right. Anybody from the audience would like to address? All right. Hearing none, I will close the public hearing at 5:20 p.m. And we're now up to council discussion and action.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we approve ordinance number 20-07-23-03.
Second.
All right. I have the motion from Councilman Weatherly and a second from Councilman Williams. Any further discussion? All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Mr. Mayor, I recuse myself.
All right. Noted. All those opposed, no. All right. Hearing none, the motion carries unanimous. And that is all that we have on the agenda. So at this time, I will thank our guests for all the hard work that they have done in getting this put together so that we can get it approved.
The closing is scheduled for August 19th.
Good deal.
August 19th. All right.
Yes.
This is Darlene with Hines. I just want to thank the mayor, council, city staff, and Aaron for all of your help on this. We really appreciate y'all working with us on it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You bet. Our pleasure.
May I make an additional comment? I'm working with Darlene. I've got the Dark Sky Initiative, and the Lakeside of Tessera is eligible to be a night sky friendly neighborhood. We just add some language to the homeowners association that's already being done. And we will be the first neighborhood in Lago to be a night sky friendly. And I've got to pretty sure that any other development we do with our night sky ordinance, that all the new neighborhoods will be night sky friendly. So it's a big deal. So I appreciate your help. Thank you.
All right. Well, unless anybody has anything else, I'm going to call this meeting adjourned at 5:22 p.m.
Okay. Adios.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Hey, Mayor, you still there?